Hello everyone, welcome to a day in the life at the Division of Historic Preservation and Archaeology. First thing we're going to do, come through the front door. Directly to your left, that's where I sit, at the front desk. Across from me is the reading room, and this is where everyone can bring a artifact or a map or a book in and just read the documents in the office. Next, we'll come through the hallway, and we're going to proceed to the conference room. The conference room is for anybody. You can sign up whenever you want and sign up for the time and the date. Directly across is a bunch of files for survey sites and survey locations throughout the state. Further down the hallway is more office space. In here is where the county surveys live. And the county surveys are just surveys of every county in the state and every structure and historic location or structure in that county. Uh, a good view of this right in front of you is the cemetery files. And here is a file on Ball State. After this, we're going to proceed through the file room, through the many filing cabinets, and then directly to your left, these are highway files on your right. Further down to the left is where the archaeologists sit, and another set of filing cabinets. In the middle here is the cubicle, and this is where everyone can bring their lunch. There's a microwave, a fridge, a coffee pot if you drink coffee. I do. Directly to your left, we're going to continue into the archaeologist filing room. This is the room where archaeology records are kept from different archaeology digs or sites or locations. Additionally, there are some maps kept in these big filing cabinets here, and they pull out and there's an entire map displayed in the drawer. And maps can range from sizes, and here is a map of Indiana, with Indianapolis in the center. After this, we're going to move on through past the filing, the different survey sites in different locations. And then heading left past the conference room again, we'll go back to where I live at my desk. And I'll give you a tour in a second, but first off, we're going to start out with the work I do on my computer. And here's a cat. So for this semester in my internship, one of my major projects is the cemetery survey file digitization. And basically, I am taking a bunch of different cemetery surveys from each county, and I'm digitizing them into the online database known as SHARD. To do this, I open up a survey file, like the one you see in front of you. Currently, I'm working on Delaware County, which is where Muncie's at. And I take the file, I open it up. Sometimes there's a map, and sometimes there's some other information about the cemetery, different burial plots, a list of who may be interred at the cemetery. And then I go through it. Sometimes there's some interesting stuff in there. Sometimes it's just basic information. I note the name of the cemetery and the record number. And SHARD stands for the State Historic Architectural and Archaeological Research Database. And it has become my lifeline for this internship. To do what I want to do, I look up the cemetery registry, and then I go into whichever county I'm working on currently, which is Delaware. I then click on whichever township the cemetery survey is from. I click enter, and these, as you can see right here, are the cemeteries that are in this township. These are the ones registered on the database, and each one will have a corresponding survey card that I enter into the system. After I enter them, I put them in this Excel document to note that they're in like the state's possession. And then I file them according to township and county in both alphabetical order. And as you can see here, this is the previous county, DeKalb. And below that, we have a bunch of others. And this is current Delaware, and this is Delaware that still has to be filed. And these are my 3 monitors. After that, I put them in boxes. So far, these are 4 boxes filled with cemetery files, which I have already logged. And these are box files that still have yet to go. This is a filing cabinet, which I also store files in. More monitors. I have a little collection going. This is a architectural resource guidebook that I was given to thumb over just for help identifying structures in the state. And behind me, as you might have noticed, is a giant collection of different books and articles that might help anybody who needs some information or background context on any structure or law of the state or anything regarding the National Historic Preservation Act. And I find these really cool. These are city directories of Indianapolis from the 1870s to the 1980s, and they just sit behind me all day. I'm kind of scared to touch them just because they are so old and I don't want to ruin them. But it is really cool because I used some Sanborn fire maps for some projects in Muncie. So I think it was really cool that it almost led me full circle. And this has been my day in the life at the DHPA, and thank you for joining me. I had a really good time. Bye.